Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Be Determined. Today I got to play the Rift update on alpha. It just dropped. As of me recording this, it's still on alpha, so if you guys want to check it out, go to hypixel.alpha.net. As far as I'm aware though, they're only letting MVP and above on right now, so if you don't have that rank, you won't be able to get in. But I'm here for those of you that aren't able to get in. Basically, the whole concept of the Rift is like an alternate universe, so you're not going to take your items from the main game into that universe. It's kind of like bingo, you're just starting over, but it's a whole nother dimension, so it's a lot different. Basically, every 4 hours you'll be able to go to the wizard tower and jump into the portal. However, you will only have at the start 8 minutes to go through, do something, and then it'll kick you out. If you want to get back in and not wait 4 hours for your free attempt, you will have to pay either 200 bits or 32 grand experience bottles. Personally, if you can, I think the bits is actually cheaper, at least at the moment, because everybody is panic buying grand XP bottles right now. But if you're on Iron Man, then of course probably just setting down a lapis mini and getting your grands is the way. Anyways, inside the Rift there are a ton of quest lines, and basically your main reason for doing this is to get the necklace. Now the Rift necklace is going to be the best necklace in the game. We don't currently know what the top level of it looks like, but you're basically going to go out through the sections of the Rift. There's 9 different sections, and claim the special item that you get from that section before you move on to the next section. Each one of those items is going to upgrade your Rift necklace a little bit until the max tier, which is supposed to be super overpowered. I mean, even the admin said it's the best necklace in the game. But to get to that point, the main thing you're going to want to do is increase your Rift time. Now, Rift time is basically how long you have in the Rift before it kicks you out and you have to buy back in. So like I said, to start with, it's 8 minutes, but you can increase it quite a bit pretty easy. Basically, there's their own version of fairy souls in there. There's 42 total. Each one of them is going to increase your time in the Rift by 20 seconds. So once you get all those, you're getting like 14 extra minutes in the Rift, which is a pretty big deal. But that's not the only way to increase your time. You can also increase your time by doing a couple quests. There's some talismans and things that you can buy inside the Rift that you can't take out of the Rift, like I said. But inside the Rift, you'll be able to get some talismans that will increase your Rift time. Plus, there's also these special little particles around the path areas, so you can go around to those. Each time you run into one, it's an extra 2 seconds of Rift time, so make sure you're hitting those when you can. But there are a lot of quests. If you look at this menu that I found, there are the 9 different sections, and there's like 5 quests in every single one of them, and I'm sure the longer you go, the longer it's going to take. But honestly, I just started working on the first section. I didn't want to spoil it too much for myself, just because I'm going to be doing everything that I just did again on the main server when the Rift update dropped. But it's pretty enjoyable. It is a little strange not having a grappling hook or an AOTE or like really any potion effects, but it kind of goes back to the roots of Minecraft. Of course, it's still crazy. There's jump pads everywhere, there's unique mobs everywhere, but the movement is pretty toned down compared to what we have in the main game. And there is a lot of parkour to do in this. I know there's quite a few boss fights and quite a few parkour sections that you'll have to do to get either the Rift version of Fairy Souls or to start working towards the upgraded versions of the necklace. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for it to come out, definitely getting up on your parkour skills is going to be important. Now, like I said, it is a lot like bingo, where there are some items that you can take out. They're called Rift transferables that you can take out of the Rift into the real world, but most of your items are going to stay in the Rift. It's not like Dojo, thankfully, where you have to take all of your items off, put them in a chest, and then jump in the portal. Nah, you just jump in the portal, and then when you come back to the real world, you'll have all your items on you. Same thing for in the Rift. You get kicked out of the Rift, you come back in, all your items are the same way that they were, so it's pretty chill. Again, I only played this for like half an hour, so I don't know all the different ways to get Rift time, but there's the ones I mentioned earlier, and then there is a little quest line where you get a pet, and you can level up the pet 9 times as well, and every level up will increase your Rift time by a little bit. I think the first one gives 25 or 15 seconds, something like that, which, I mean, none of these sound like a lot, but once you get them maxed out, all the little things tend to add up. Now, let's talk about if it's actually enjoyable. Personally, I think it is. I know a lot of people aren't really going to care about this that much because, I mean, it's for one necklace, basically. There are a couple other things, I'm sure, but as far as the early game and from what I've heard that people have discovered so far, it is a lot like bingo, where you're either all in or you're not in at all. I know there is a spot pretty early on where you can get like 100,000 coins that you bring into the real world, but a lot of these things are just stuck in the Rift world. Really, it does remind me of like Clash of Clans, where you've got your main base and then you've got the ship that takes you to your other base. This is like your other base. It's not as important or as fun as the main server, but I'm sure they'll have ways that it's giving SkyBlock XP, which I'm gonna play for. And if you're a quest hunter, this opens a ton of new quests. So this is kind of a way to reach out to Windcraft players, I feel like, because the quest section is huge. There's so much to do with that. And honestly, the game looks amazing. They did it like an end biome, and they've got it looking like there's dead trees all around. It's basically like a mirror dimension, a shadow realm or something like that. It's really cool the way that they've done aesthetically the map design. So again, it is pretty early to tell, but it doesn't look like this is going to be an early player's really big thing. It's kind of like if you get bored of whatever grind you're doing, you can just go jump in the Rift every 4 hours, play around for a little bit, and you can buy back if you were in the middle of something, but you don't really have to. Just something to jump in and do a little bit of progression on every now and then. It really is like its own little mini game inside of SkyBlock. Personally, I do enjoy it, and I am looking forward to this coming out on the main server. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.